What is going on? I'm Zedmont. It is Monday and it is sunny and it is time to do some boom beach goodness. So code Zedmont in that shop. Only 22 hours left, so I'm just gonna refresh that. Don't have to worry about it for another week that way. Then we're gonna jump into warships, and my warship is kind of just cruising along. We have made it to 22 with the worst possible base. So what I did for a base was way back when I was one of the first people into 7 engine rooms. I copied this base, and this was not a base that I probably should have copied because I didn't have green mines or red mines. But that's how we got to here. So took a basic base and copied it, and then I added rocket launchers and a third shock launcher and flamethrowers and flotsams and just kind of plomped them down everywhere willy-nilly. And it kind of worked, but that's more about the stats than anything. I have gotten all the way to that 50% building health. Then I came back and got that other 50% building health. And then I went forward and got those flotsams, which was part of my plan in getting smoke all along, which left me with no red mines. And then I went forwards and got green mines, and I have not put them down yet. So I'm going to pick everything up. And if we look at my times here, we have got people getting a 222, a 224, a 240, a 222, a 245, a 249, a 249, a 242, and a 251. So generally speaking, people should not be getting that quick with 100% building health and all the defenses and the flotsam. And by the way, flotsams will not stop people because of this node right here, that shield projector I should say, but it will slow them down and it will make them have to think a little bit because you have to time that well. Anyways, I'm going to pick stuff up. We are then going to put things down and we'll see what we can do for a base. Now, full disclaimer, I have no idea whose base this is. This was sent to me from a replay by Mr. Heisenberg, and I don't know whose it is. So I like to give the shout out to the person. I can only give it to Heisenberg, though. I also wanted to give a shout out to Ultra Tony and Capo, and of course 3 Dots. I think I'm 1-1 against Capo on the season. That's my first battle against Ultra Tony, who usually takes my stars. And so with that out of the way, as my cat chirps in the background, we're going to build ourselves a base. And the bones look fairly decent. Typically you'll see a flamethrower over here to protect this engine room. There's also a flamethrower to protect here, and then a bunch of stuff back. This engine room seems to be the crux of many bases. It's either this one or this one that tends to give people troubles depending, so decent layout so far. And typically I would do a lot more research into if a base is good or not than just one person saying, hey, I was slow against this base, but it kind of sums up the season for me. Not doing a heck of a lot, just kind of cruising along and seeing how it goes, which I don't know, it's something about this season. I know a lot of people like this season, and I've heard a lot of good things about this season, but the fact that you can never fizzle is just kind of weird, and I just haven't found myself being inspired to find bases or attack, and I'm not trying to put criticism against the season. I don't know, it just haven't enjoyed it for some reason. It hasn't really grabbed me. It's kind of like when everyone tells you that a book's really good and then you read it and you don't finish it. It's weird spot. I keep coming back to it and keep trying, and I just am not, for whatever reason. So anyways, we are going to find out if this is the push point that I was looking for that's going to grab me and hook me and really get me going. And if not, that's fine too. Every season doesn't have to appeal to everyone, and there's no possible way that it ever would, so I'm totally okay with a season not grabbing me, as long as you guys, or even a subset of you guys, are liking it. So I'm just going to keep throwing these mines down, figuring out where they go, and then we'll come back in a minute or two and do some stuff. And the base is built, the mines are placed, and I got bored of trying to find out where all the mines went, so I kind of just threw them down, like, behind there, and I threw another one, like, just kind of dropping them. I dropped 2 over here, which I don't think they're supposed to be there, but we will do some stinker tinkering here in a little bit. And I have been using 2 boats of clones. Oh, which reminds me. That node at the very, very end. I need your thoughts on it right there. Is it clones? Is it critter cannons? I haven't done any math. I haven't looked at the numbers or anything. So if you have an opinion on that one, do let me know. I think my next unlock is going to be boom mines, which just because they're... Where's my smoke at? Just because they're cheap and they're right there, and every base that I look at has them, so I think the fact that I went smoke, I don't know if that played a factor or not, but for 7s, I'm just doing dumb things, to be completely honest. I'm going to drop you over here, and then we're going to go something like this, and this is the first base that I have seen that does not have boom mines. I'm going to do 3 artillery over here, because like I said, the crux of it for me, and now I know that they have 100% building health, the crux of it for me is the fact that now that right-hand side is going to have no problems at all, and then we're going to get this stuff going, and we'll throw a shock there, and all of this stuff is moving along nicely, and we're going to get a speed serum, and then maybe we'll throw this over here. This side is taken care of. I will have to deal with that flamethrower over there in a little bit, but otherwise things are moving along at a reasonable rate, and then we're going to make them go at an even faster rate, and then might as well get rid of that machine gun because I didn't actually need to do that, and then we'll throw you guys back there to distract some things, and some speed serum over here, and then maybe some critters back here to distract some more things, and a shock, and all of that side is good, all of this side is good, and now we just need a speed serum right about there to get this side down, and down goes the things in 252. I don't really have a strategy for 7 engine rooms. I've never actually planned an attack. I kind of just drop things, and they are looking at a 245, which is halfway decent. That's faster than I would have liked, and this season it feels like you get something new and people get the same time. It's kind of crazy. Like, you get... I got 100%, I got 50% building health, and people slowed down, like, for, like, 2 seconds, maybe? And then you get 100% building health, and people slowed down, like, another 2 seconds, maybe? And then they just speed back up. So, I do have 1.8 million tokens, so I probably maybe should be maxing that out because I don't have any expensive unlocks coming, and I feel like there's a little bit of an imbalance as far as tokens, so I'm just going to upgrade this thing. Is that crazy? Yes. I'm totally okay with it being crazy, though, because it'll keep our troops alive for half a millisecond longer, and once we start dealing with flotsams, any little bit of extra health that you have, if that shield's gone, it's gone. So, like a rocket launcher hitting you or something is going to cause problems. And I used to drop my critter cannons over here. I found that dropping them on the left, you get a little bit more value out of them, though. A little bit quicker as well. So we're going to go something like this, and then all of this, and then need to be quick on that one. And then same deal, just going. All of this stuff going. Let's get that crystal shield just in case that is targeted. And then we're just going to get these guys going. We're going to need another one of those shocks. And that actually helped us in a big, big way. The fact that that gets pulled across, if we can keep it alive, can be hugely, hugely, hugely beneficial. Because then it keeps going around that side. I'm not going to pretend like it was on purpose. But if you can get your troops over there and keep them alive... Oh, speaking of keeping them alive, that did not go super duper well. So look at this. We're going to get some value out of that critter cannon on that left-hand side. And now need a speed serum, which we're going to get in the next couple seconds or so right about now. Let's get you guys going. Didn't hit nearly as much stuff as I would have liked to, but we're getting in and amongst and around and on top of all of the things, so should be able to start flaring here in a second or so, but let's just keep... This is a rough attack. Not going nearly well enough, and I don't have enough... There we go. I can finally get my flare out because I was a little bit worried about all of that stuff not getting, like, running away from that engine room. If you flare away and you've got yellow guys, what am I talking about? You can get some bad things, and now that's more of the time that I was hoping for. And that's what the flotsam can do if you're up against opponent who doesn't manage their screen well, or can't see both sides of the screen, or can't, like, 7 engine rooms is a wide deck. There's like, you got stuff way over here, and if they're worried about your flamethrower, or like your rocket launcher, or then they're not going to be able to throw that crystal shield in time, and you're going to get good benefit. So that is why I just artillery this flamethrower. That is my biggest tip for you. Just artillery this flamethrower rather than dealing with the sky shield, because being able to just ignore this bottom right-hand corner means that you can, like, cut your map in half almost. It's not really in half, but I just find that getting rid of that bottom right-hand corner, the number of times I've seen or had to come back for myself, are way too high. And same thing, by dropping our troops over here on this left-hand side of the left ramp instead of the right-hand side, if you drop them on the right, they'll just sit there. On the left, you might get them shooting at that sniper tower. I kind of doubt it, but you just get, it goes a little bit better. So those are my 2 tips du jour. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go something like this, and then we're going to throw that, and then just getting some troops to die here in a second, and then we're going to drop that in the middle, and we're just going to go speed serum and that, and I need to throw another artillery because that flamethrower's still up. And now another set of critters, just trying to get all of my stuff moving in the right general direction. Doesn't have to be perfect yet, but it wouldn't hurt to have it to be not bad. So we've got one of those guys going back there, which is not ideal. We're going to try to get rid of it and just fail miserably. And that's kind of how things go sometimes. But we can get rid of that guy right there and send you back there, and not bad yet again. Not great by any stretch, and we're just going to have to babysit this bottom corner, I feel like, because otherwise we're just not going to get that bottom corner done in any reasonable amount of time. And then you guys just get going. Speed serum and that thingy-majigger, and we're probably going to lose this one because just not getting great times, but we have a chance. Raging Raccoon, that's a kind of a cool name, to be completely honest. I'm not sure that that's a raccoon in that emoji, but picking up wins. And that's where decent base coming in decently, and now let's just watch to see 245. I'll show you how to beat the base, which is not super duper smart, but maybe we can move some mines around and see what they're doing. So Scorchers and Rainmakers. So I love that. That's the first time I've seen a decent time with Rainmakers, so well done, Altilla. I found that Rainmakers are a little bit slower than Critter Cannons, so I haven't been using them. I don't even have them on this account, and that's where, same thing, getting rid of that stuff on that right-hand side. They're doing a similar sort of style of just trying to simplify a little bit. Now their troops are just going willy-nilly, and they just need to get that final flare out, and they didn't throw the flare. So had they have flared, they might have beat me, but they threw artillery instead. So decent. Definitely feel like I have the tech for 23, just need to dig in a little bit. And one of those things where it's kind of like I talked about, where your friend loans you the book right about now. Not loving the season, but if I can get to 23, it'll help me for next season. So I kind of like how a friend gives you a book and you feel like an obligation to finish it. That's where we're at right now. Will help me in the long run if we can get that done. And now I just hate, this is why I hate boom mines. Like, boom mines are literally everywhere. Like, wherever I look, there are boom mines. And I hit that one last time, so we'll get rid of that one. And now just going, like just going and going and going, getting our troops away from that stuff, getting them over into here, and of course they come back, and those boom mines right there are going to be a pain, so we'll get rid of them. We'll drop you over there, and if we can keep these guys alive on this left-hand side, you get so much value out of that. So we're going to throw some stuff there, and now, you know what, let's get our stuff chucking over here, which was a terrible flare, but maybe, just maybe, we can get some guys moving. Our Zookas are going to make it over there. We need to get all of our artillery over here, and now that we've got that, we can get this flare out and get a speed serum and get another flare just for good measure. And we are going to get a halfway decent time if those troops can come unfrozen for a second or two. And that's the biggest mistake I see people making, is that they throw their speed serum on their critter cannons. You want to throw it on your critters or on your Zookas or on your rifles or all of the above. Throwing it backwards behind where it's just the critter cannons, then you're not getting the speediness of the critters themselves. And see, there we go. There's the crux of it. You see, they had to come back over here with those pink zombie dudes, and we are going to pick up yet another win. So one more time, wanted to give the shout out to Mr. Heisenberg for passing that base along, and we are just going to cruise on our way to 23. We have a pretty good looking log there. That is 8 and 2, and things are looking up. So hopefully, I'll show you this base here. Just a sec, let me get it zoomed to the right level. We'll move that so you can see the grid. And by the way, people ask why I show the grid. I just find it's easier to build the base. That way you can see where all the things are, and it's very obvious which things are against the wall and which things are where. I know Supercell has done a good job of putting those lines on the base, these kind of things right here, but I find that having the grid available makes it just slightly easier. So hopefully this video has helped you, given you a friend in arms or whatever the heck it is, and just wanted to give a special shout out to all the moms out there. Yesterday being Mother's Day in Canada and the US and various other places, so I love moms. And don't take that we'll take that the wrong way and the right way. I love all kinds of moms. So happy Mother's Day to all of you moms out there, moms, grandmas, pup moms, single moms, single dads, all of the rest of the things. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you. And speaking of appreciated, all of the people who throw Code ZMod in there, greatly, greatly, greatly loving you. So that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this video, what you think about the tech, what you think about the season, what you think about moms, and finally, last but not least, what you think about that troop boost way, way, way out there. Maybe it's like a huge factor and I haven't thought about it, but and if you do comment, maybe I'll skip red mines, but do let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZedMod.